HealthWISE FAQ.
It's HealthWISE FAQ right here on Body and Soul Upsize with me, Daniel Martin. Thanks for joining us, everybody, once more. The theme for this week is something that we actually haven't done on HealthWISE in a very long time, or actually ever. The idea of losing weight. But ironically, it's one of the most common questions that I get asked about every time we do our fitness-related topic. So I brought back to the show my guests, fitness director Sonny and senior physiotherapist Declan. They're both from the studio Radiance PhysioFit, based at AXA Tower at Tanjong Pagar. They're going to give us the tips on how to get started, on getting motivated, on starting out in the gym, on losing that weight. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us again. Hey, let's start off with the first thing, which is getting off your behind and actually starting it off. Getting motivated and starting from the beginning. Declan, you want to start us off? How do we do that?
So motivation, that's one of the hardest things that people face. Everybody wants to get fitter, everybody wants to lose weight, but how do they get off of the couch and how do they get going with that kind of thing? And when we talk about motivation, there's two different types of motivation, and I think it's important for people to realize this so they get the full benefits. First, you have intrinsic motivation, which means motivation that comes from yourself, motivation that you find within yourself. And for me, this is the most important one. You can't force someone who doesn't want to get fit and lose weight to do it. It's impossible. So how does someone do this? First of all, they have to decide they want to lose weight, they want to become healthy, and they have to set goals for themselves. Goal setting is the most important thing. And goals, I mean, your goal can be to be healthy and have more energy. It can be to look good on Saturday night in Clark Quay. But that's not a very good goal in terms of losing weight. You want them to be smart. You want them to be specific, measurable. You want them to be attainable, relevant, and you want them to have a time setting. So what I mean by this is, instead of saying, I want to lose weight, why don't you say, I want to lose 3 kilograms in 3 weeks? So that's specific. You know how much weight you want to lose. It's timed. You know it's going to be in 3 weeks. It's measurable. You know the exact amount of weight you want to lose. You can cut it down into 1 kilogram a week. And more important, it's attainable. That's something that you can achieve. If your goal is 30 kilograms in 3 weeks, you're never going to achieve it, and that's going to put you backwards. And it's relevant to what you want to achieve.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so start that way, and then you can continue building new goals. Once you hit that 3 kilos that you've lost,
it's very important.
Continue building up on that.
It's addictive. When you achieve a goal, then you think, wow, what's my next goal? What's my next goal?
Yeah. Sonny, what about when people are coming back from long periods of inactivity? They haven't worked out a long time. The last time they were active was back in school in the old days. It's a bit harder to get that motivation, I mean, even with that goal setting, maybe.
Okay, the thing is, what kind of, setbacks what they have. Most of them actually is like work-related issues. Yeah. Like they're really committed at work, they don't have much time. If they have time, they can just use it for lunch or having like that. And, it means is to set their mind what they really want to do, or they want to lose weight, gain muscles, doesn't matter. But more important actually is when they get back, they have to take it easy. Like warm up. Most of them, they just want to hit the gym and work out really hard.
The way they did when they were 19, 20 years old.
Exactly.
And the problem with that is injury, pain, everything like that, and that'll stop you.
It's true. No matter what actually or how long you stop, we need to spend some time in warm up just to heat up all those joints and muscles to get ready.
We see it all the time in a physiotherapy clinic. Pretty much probably runs a physiotherapy business in Singapore is the Standard Chartered Marathon. People decide, I'm going to do a marathon this year, and they head out for their very first run is 20 kilometers, and they haven't run 200 meters in a year, and then they come in and they're injured, and that puts them back, and then that puts them off exercising for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
So the tip here is actually for them to pace themselves throughout the workout, throughout the regime. You cannot just start, running 10 kilometers in a week.
No.
So you have to start with 1 or 2 kilometers first, and then rest days, something like that. Also, stay cool sometimes. We try to get some cool down pace. That's what we always forgot. Forgot to stretch, forgot to cool down. We end up having some more injuries afterwards.
You dash in, you squeeze in that workout, you change, you hit back at the office, and you haven't given your body that time to recover. You're doing yourself more damage than good.
Exactly. Giving yourself like just 5 minutes of stretching definitely feels good.
I got to ask you guys, how about fitting it in and balancing with busy work schedules? I mean, in Tanjong Pagar, you're dealing with a busy working professional who's trying to squeeze everything in that 1 hour during lunch break, and I'm sure they're always telling you, I'm sorry, I can't come for training, I have work to do, that kind of stuff. I mean, how do you convince people to balance it all?
It's really important to make exercise a priority, because if you think about the benefits that you get from exercise, I understand that people have really, really busy schedules, and some people do. But not even people at work, mothers at home. It's difficult for them to find time. But it's about prioritizing. Maybe spend 15 minutes less on Facebook and spend that 15 minutes stretching. Build in that time management. Build in that time that you were going to spend with your friends instead of meeting at a cafe and eating something unhealthy. Why don't you spend it walking around McRitchie and catch up that way? It's about thinking about ways of building exercise into your schedule.
That's the key, and that's the goal that we're going to be helping you do all this week on HealthWISE FAQ. More great tips coming up as we talk about what you do once you get back in the gym, that warming up, that cooling down, what you need to do at home, your homework, and most importantly, what happens when you hit that plateau. All that and more coming up when we continue in HealthWISE FAQ for the rest of the week. Joining me on the series, fitness director Sonny and senior physiotherapist Declan from Radiance PhysioFit. Thanks for joining me, Daniel Martin.
HealthWISE FAQ.